Hello, class. Everybody have a seat. Welcome to today's lecture, all right? Today we're going to discuss the battlefield, all right? The court, the table. From my experience, it seems to be there's four different type of table, okay? I'm not talking about the size of the table, the 10 foot, 12 foot, 14 foot. I'm talking about the energy that radiate off the table, okay? Now, we're getting into metaphysics and stuff here. It's deep, all right? So here we go. The first table is what I call the right table, right? For right side better. Everybody like that table. It's a hot table. Everybody's making money off it. It's good, right? So that's for the right side better. The second table, yeah, you guess it. It's the dark side table. It's a cold table. Everybody hates that table, and because they're losing money or because they're not a dark side better, okay? It's a great table for you if you bet on the dark side. The don't pass, the DC, you lay, okay? The third table is a table that it can't make up its mind. It doesn't know it's going to be hot or it's going to be cold. It's just like one or two row hot, one or two row cold, and then one row hot, then one row cold. It just hasn't decided what they want to be, right? We met people like that, people that can't really figure out what they want to do or how they want to spend their time. And the fourth table is it's a table that I always label as it says not for you today, Jack. That table is like no matter what you do, you just can't seem to catch a break, right? You bet on the right side, it goes to the dark side. You bet on the dark side, it goes to the right side. You bet the field, it goes in the box. You bet the box, it goes to the field. You bet every number except 5, and then it seems like nothing but 5 come in. Then you're like, all right, screw this. I'll move my bet to the 5. And then every other number comes in except your number. When you experience that table, go to a different table, call it a day, all right? Because you will lose all your bankroll. That table will slaughter you, and they're not even going to think twice about it, right? That because the energy of that table is not synced to your energy level, okay? So if you experience a choppy table, the undecided table, find a different table. Don't play that table, all right? If you experience a not today for you Jack table, it's like tough luck Jack, all right? Don't play that table. Go somewhere else or call it a day. If you're a dark side shooter, don't play on the hot table, If you're a hot shooter, right side shooter, better, don't play on the dark side table, okay? Each table has a rhythm. It has a pattern. It's like high tide, low tide. Once you recognize the pattern, you got to adapt your betting style accordingly, okay? If you're on a hot table and suddenly it turned cold for a while, don't keep betting hot. You're going to get slaughtered. You got to bet with the rhythm of the table, the energy of the table going, okay? That's why you got to be able to adjust. You can't just be a dark side shooter and the table on a cold table switch to the warm. Now you're screwed, right? So pay attention to these patterns. And again, if you're on a choppy table that hasn't decided if you want to be hot or cold, or the table that just seems to want to kill you, get away from those tables. All you gotta do is just take your bankroll, okay? Now, as I mentioned previously, I met a gentleman and he gave me some pointers and stuff. Certain things I can talk about, certain things I can't talk about, okay? So I mentioned previously that I don't use the hardware set that often because it seems to double pitch on me all the time, right? And he told me there's a workaround to it besides adjusting quarter to counter. There's a grip that I might want to take a look at and try. Now, some of you might know this grip, seen it before and use it. No, it's not the double stack and toss. That's a different way. We might be able to cover that later. This is it's almost like the tong grip, and I'll demonstrate. I'll show you. But it makes the dice rotate together, all right? And with this grip, you can't toss it to the corner or behave totally different, right? Or 7 out on you. It has to be tossed straight to the back wall, right? To unusual landing zone, which is at the base of the back wall and the table, okay? Now, when I set this, the hardware setup, I use the Parallel 6. Yeah, I know, it's not a good set for everything else, but it seems to do really well for me to practice and trial run, okay? I practiced this for 4 hours and it gave me great result. Basically, the horn numbers are done. You can kill the horns. And the hard waves, they're done too. So you could slaughter the hard waves and the horn, which is great because it's a heavy payout day, right? So this seems to give me a lot of 12, 11, 10, 9. Now, the only thing with this is when they start clustering, that's where it lays heavy. So if it clusters a 9, it's heavy on the 9. If it clusters a 5, it's heavy on the 5, right? But using the Parallel 6 and the 5 facing you hard way, it gives me great result, and I'm happy, and I'm willing to put more time into it. So the horns are done with this set, and the hard ways are done with this set. Okay, so here's the grip. So basically, it's 2 finger in the front, thumb in the back. It's like a spider grip in the beginning to hold it, but it moves forward like that, and then everything slides down. Okay, so it's like a tongue. See the 2, 2? I mean, not the thumb, but 2, 2 like that. So 3. Yeah, I'm still trying to learn this grip too. So it's 2 in the back. I mean, 2 facing away from you. The thumb, and then the ring. I mean the pinky, and that. And try to keep it together. Yeah, one finger. So let me see. It's always when you're trying to demonstrate it, it's hard time, but when you do it, it's not that hard. Okay, when you get it all together, you slide down, right? You lock it. So it's more like that, 1 unit, okay? And when you toss it the regular way to the back wall, okay? And it will release. You don't even have to use a thumb. It will release the same way. But the thumb helps keep everything together, right? And that seems to give me a lot of hard ways and slaughter the horn number, okay? So give it a try. I'm going to definitely spend more time on it, and we'll learn it together. And I have a riddle for you, okay? So, when was medication first mentioned in the Bible? Okay? The question is, when was medication first mentioned in the Bible? All right? Okay, a couple of seconds. Okay, here's the answer. When God gave Moses the 2 tablets. Okay? When was medication first mentioned in the Bible? When God gave Moses the 2 tablets. Get it? The 2 tablets, from the 10 Commandments. Yeah, it's a dad joke, okay? Anyway, don't forget to keep practicing and try things out. And if you discover something new, you learn something, share with the rest of us. And that's the only way we can take down the table. So be aware of those 4 types of table and stay away from the last 2, okay? Learn to bet accordingly. Go with the flow of the table. Don't fight the rhythm of the table. It can lead you to dark places. Take care and don't forget to show up for practice.